It's the Daily Comedy News with your host, MarkinsPires. Join us for breaking headlines and all kinds of comedy shenanigans. Brought to you by The Beat Seat.
Welcome. Good morning. How's everybody doing out there? This is day 1920 in a row of the MarkinsPires show. We are getting into it. We got a lot in the news today. Something extremely fascinating. A paralyzed man who can walk again. This is showing the benefits of stem cell therapy, which I don't know much about, so we're going to read that story. Welcome. Again, this is the MarkinsPires show. Please join us on YouTube, on X or Rumble if you'd like to see these stories over my shoulder. This is a scroll the news show, but we don't do any politics here. This is our intention to bring as many of us together every single day to laugh about things that are happening in the world that are non-political. So do me a favor if you can, spread the word. I've been live 1,920 days in a row here, just 80 days from 2,000 days in a row live long form. And we do two shows a day now, one at 9 a.m. in the morning and one at 9 p.m. or a little after at night. Robert, good to see you. Brian, good to see you. Thank you guys for the likes. I really appreciate that. So we're here every single day and we're trying to put some positivity out in the world, but some laughter. And then I also write music. If you haven't seen me before, I write music every single day, at least one song. On this drum right here, it's the only drum in the world. For a guitar player, you could actually make it sound like you're a full band when you're all alone. This drum, you sit upright and you kick it. It's also the perfect seat for a guitar player. There are no good seats for guitar players. I invented one and patented it, but it's also a powerful sensory therapy drum. If you know anybody with a special need, like autism, for example, they're looking for a connection, a sensory connection. This drum has unlimited tones, 2 snares and 4 panels, 4 playable panels. There's another drum called a cajon. This is a cajon on steroids. 4 playable panels, 2 snares, and it has a patent, so it's not a cajon. It's much better than a cajon because you can play it anywhere and it sounds different, but it also gives a different vibrational effect when you hit it in that location. So for somebody with a sensory connection or someone who's trying to connect sensory, this I can't really tell you because I'm not sitting on it right now, but watch any of my songs. That thing you hear in the background is not a drum kit. That's the beat seat, and it was all recorded and performed live. It is the ultimate creativity tool. I mean, the energy I get from this drum, it's as if I have a drummer sitting behind me, adding a kick and a snare while I'm playing guitar. And that inspires my moment in order to create compositions that I can't even comprehend. I'm listening to it myself, and I'm like, how did my guitar do that? How did my voice how did the words come out like that? Because the energy that's being built here in the moment with nobody else in the room. That's what I always love about this. Everything that happens here is live. There's no script here, so welcome. And you're joining the moment. That's what happens in this moment is whatever I decide to do. And it's raining and it's crazy, disgusting in Connecticut right now. I'm a realtor, so I have a lot of stuff planned for today, just to give you a heads up. There are 2 premieres already. One of them's at 11 o'clock. It's the follow-up to the Diddy comedy news story I did last week. Or the other day, and here's what basically happened is I found this video of Bieber and him. Bieber's like 14, and he's talking about getting raw, like a lot of weird stuff. So that comedy is premiering at 11 o'clock, and then at 3 o'clock, I believe it is, no, it's not Danny, it's Justin Bieber and Haley are having a trial separation. So that's the second piece of comedy news for the day. I already put it on TikTok, that one. By the way, I'm going live downstairs because I have to build 4 beat seats. And I'm going to go on the Mark Has Wood channel. That's my other channel on YouTube if you guys want to subscribe to the MarkinsPires channel. And also Mark Has Wood. Sorry. That's an awesome name. One of our subscribers here, Modoc Roughstock, came up with that name. Thank you, Modoc. Bobby, how are you, buddy? Why am I so low here on Facebook? I'm sitting low. You know what it is this camera. I had it set in a weird way, and I just don't like it. I'm bringing it down a little bit again. Hold on a second, guys. Sorry. There we go. That'll do. That'll do. See, show a little bit more of my actual torso. I'm like cut off up here on YouTube. Anyway, so welcome everybody. Let's get into the news. Sorry for the long intro. So again, this is pretty interesting stuff. This reminds me of like a miracle in some sense, but once you see this guy and what he actually is able to do now, This is amazing, and we hope that other people will be able to take advantage of this. So, paralyzed man, walking again. What are the potentials? We're going to find out. Of course, I have Joanne not doing anything except wheezing in the back. Joanne? All right, so to the news of the day. A man who was paralyzed from the neck down after suffering an accident 7 years ago is able to stand and walk on his own thanks to a potentially groundbreaking stem cell treatment. Chris Barr was the very first patient at the Mayo Clinic that collected stem cells from his own stomach fat. What in the freaking heck? They expanded them in a laboratory to 100 million cells and then injected the cells into Barr's lumbar spine. So basically, you're using your own fat to heal your... This is amazing. Over 5 years ago, undergoing the therapy, Barr said he was continuing to gain more independence and get faster at walking. I never dreamed I would have recovery like this. I can feel myself. I can walk around. I can do day-to-day independent activities. Barr shared an update with Reeve on his own progress at Mayo Clinic and published the new data showing a success of stem cell treatment in a clinical trial involving 10 patients, including Barr. So, I'm curious, did everybody else have the same success as Chris Barr? According to the trial's results, 7 of the 10 patients experienced increased strength in muscle motor groups and increased sensation to pinpricks and light touch. 3 patients in the study had no response to this stem cells therapy, meaning they did not get better or worse. These findings give us hope for the future. Dr. Mohammed Biden, not related, a different spelling, a neurosurgeon and spinal cord researcher at the Mayo Clinic and study lead author, told Reeve, who is the assistant director of the Christopher Reeve Foundation, guys, Superman, nonprofit dedicated to curing spinal cord injury. The foundation, named in honor of Will Reeve's late father, was not involved in the funding of Biden's. I'm going to say Biden's, because it's not my Aunt Judy told me to go in. You know, it's different Biden. Biden's research at the Mayo Clinic in a phase 1 study that began in 2018. So the results of the study show that 7 patients had some improvement, the other 3 had none. Guys, they show that the stem cells are safe, though, and potentially beneficial in the treatment of spinal cord injury. I would ask you, and I pretty much know the answer, would you chance it? I mean, it sounds like you don't get worse. There's a chance you get better and you don't get worse. So yeah, I'm on board. You know, shoot me up with the stem cells. You know, take it from my fat, pull it out. Where's the soup ladle? You go put it in the ladle, take as much as you freaking need. All right, you guys do the stem cells. You do it 100,000. You right back into me. I'm walking again. You know, or maybe not. Maybe I'm one of the 3 out of 10 that doesn't. But I'll give it a shot into my lumbar. You know. There's currently no Food and Drug Administration approval for this treatment, but why the freaking hell not? They'll approve something that has no data, you know? And they're like, yeah, give it to freaking kids. Give it to babies and moms that are expecting. That's okay. But something where 7 out of 10 are walking again, or improvement in the lumbar, you know, and muscle use, and whatever the hell they said there. You can't give that an approval, FDA? We got this thing, we just made it last week. We don't freaking know if it works, but they need it. Okay, give them a full approval. But we're gonna be like, it's like authorization for emergency use, you know, but you gotta use it. Give it to your kids. Give it to your pregnant women. It's good. It's good. It's gonna do it. It's gonna do it. I'm sorry? Oh, Brian, welcome to the club, my friend. I'm here 5 years in, knocking on wood, saying, I didn't get it and I didn't get it. So go yourself, all of you, people out there saying, you gotta protect grandma. My grandma, she died a long time ago. I miss her. Thanks for bringing that up, Brian. You know, that wound, Brian, that wound when you put salt in it. Grandma Pires. And Grandma Ribeiro, that's the other, grandma. We have 2. The mom, grandma, the dad, grandma. Mine are both freaking gone, unfortunately. Thanks for bringing that up, Brian. I'm here. Gosh almighty, Brian. You know, his tears start pouring down. I do miss them. They're amazing, and they were very special. And it's been a while, so I think unfortunately, you always miss the people that are gone. But the time does give you a little bit of a reprieve so you can get your emotional state in order. So you can handle the times you do think about those you miss and love. Yeah, Brian, I'm sorry, but it's sad when we lose those we love. And the scarier thing about this is like time is flying by so quickly. My kid's 15. I got a kid in freshman in high school. You know, he's almost through freshman year, and I'm thinking to myself, he's going to college in like 3 years. This is insane. The whole world is just moving way too fast. And I've been live here every day for 5 years in a row, daily. And it's like, I don't know what I'm doing because this time is flying by. And I'm realizing it because I'm live every day. And then even those shows are just like compressing. And I'm like, man, it's been almost 2,000 days in a row live. And it feels like 100. It feels like 500 days. It doesn't feel like it's been 5 years in a row, but it has because time flies. And so it's a weird duality I'm living where you guys, anybody, even if you found me or you've been with me for a very long time, for years, there's a few people that were able to find me. Because just like Brian, when I did what I've been doing here for 5 years, they kept me in a hole because they don't want people to find what I do here. They don't want to find the music I write. They don't want you to find the comedy I create that deals in truth. And they don't want you to hear my Donald Trump impression. That's the main reason they kept me from you in the first place. I did the Donald Trump show in 2019, and that's why I've been in a hole since. The three-letter agencies said, this guy's a problem. He's scary. The reason I'm scary is because everything I did over the last 5 years came true. Every single thing I said. I'm not saying like 100%, but to the 99.9%, you go back and push play on any of my shows. This is a daily chronicle of the world we were living in. The songs I was writing, I'm the writer of Mandate This. I wrote Masked Up. I wrote The Freedom Convoy. They're all on iTunes. No one's ever heard them. They kept them from you, but they're all freaking fire. I just wrote it's called The Trump Train Jive. It should be his campaign song, but now they demonetized me. They demonetized me on TikTok. So I'm running to the end, man. I don't know what else I could do. It's like you figure at some point someone will be like, look, this guy's voice needs to be heard. We're gonna make sure it's heard. But it never happened. It's almost 2,000 days in a row. And now being fully swapped out by YouTube out of nowhere. Like for 5 years, we've been like, why doesn't anybody see anything I do? 4,500 pieces of content, live every day, twice now. And I'm like, why doesn't anybody see any of this? I'm like, I'm shadow banned. I'm in a hole. And then out of the blue, they're like, you're a harmful channel. And I'm like, wait a second. I woke up this morning to hear I'm a harmful channel when I've been doing positive comedy news for the last 6 months, no politics. I'm like, I'm not gonna talk about any politics. Let's just stay with what the whole world could connect on, which is breaking news stories, non-political news stories about whatever's happening in the world, P. Diddy, Russian, the bridge collapse. And I think some people are offended that I'm making comedy out of these tragedies, but life is a freaking tragedy, and I'm making comedy out of all of it. And so when you find my P. Diddy content, you find my content where you see a bridge collapsing, and instead of me being like, oh, I'm so worried about the souls on board that ship, I'm saying the freaking ship's captain's name is Igor. He's got a gig he's doing for Putin, and all of a sudden he's on the line. Vladimir, it's me. I'm here on ship. Mission complete. Yes, no, the bridge is in the ground. Yes. Now I get to go outside and pretend, from Baltimore, and all of a sudden it's a comedy. And it wound up being that the guy was from like Ukraine. It was crazy that I just went out to do a comedy and it became so close to that. But I almost think like my comedy is, how outlandish can you take this? And then it seems like our reality is how outlandish could it be? And then that's exactly the way it is, Oh yeah, no, that little kid you grew up with is now a zebra, and you have to tell him, good job, I see your stripes. And we're living in the twilight zone to the point that one person can show up every day for 5 years and no one would find him, Like I've had so many people the last 5 days be like, man, this is the first time I've ever seen you. I'm like, dude, I've been live every day since December 31st, 2018. Every day, Easters, Christmases, my birthday, my wife's birthday, my kids' birthdays, I was live to 2 people, to 5 people, delivering fire every single day. There's never been one bad show, ever. They've all been fire, and no one's seen them. And the ones people have found them now, I'm like, so glad you guys find it, because just join and be a part of the fire that takes place and the magic that takes place here every day. I mean, I wrote this, listen to this. I wrote Don't Be an April Fool on April Fool's Day. Every day I write a song, at least one song with this drum that I invented and patented. You know, I would say, forget about anything I say. The inventor of the only drum in the world for guitar players should be seen. The only drum that's patented for guitar players will change the world for anybody who plays guitar. And you don't even show that innovation to the world? Forget about the guy who's here playing it and also ripping up songs on a daily basis and tearing it up on that guitar. You won't let them find that. But how about innovation? How about a new instrument for the world that has a patent? They won't even share that. If I was in China, everybody would know who I was. Because in China, they value innovation. They value an inventor. They value someone who's a one-man band creating full compositions in front of you. That they'd appreciate. Someone who's actually creating. Not people who are stitching and doing duets and getting millions of views for it. No, someone actually creating content live in the moment for you would be so valued on TikTok in China. But here in America, I'm harmful to you guys because I speak my truth. I show up every day and I live in the moment and I allow this moment to breathe through me. And that brings words to the surface that don't exist. It brings songs to this moment that do not exist until they decide to come to this moment. And I show up here with that blank slate every single day, and I'm not afraid to fail for you. I'm afraid of giving up, and that's why I'm here 1,920 days in a row to 6 people or to whoever the heck is on right now with me on YouTube. That's my reality. I'm going to keep showing up because I refuse to give up on this idea of a positivity mission of bringing people together on truth and music and comedy. That's it. Truth, music, comedy, no fear, no bull crap. Yeah, we know what's all going on. Thanks. Go tell somebody else, dick. I'm done. I shut off the negatube 5 years ago. 5 years and change now because I'm here. I shut off the negatube 1,920 days ago. I'm not turning that crap back on. If there's a sporting event, maybe the Masters is on, like I think later this week, I may pop that on to see Tiger Woods. I used to be a huge Tiger Woods fan, just to be like, let me see how he's hitting the ball. I used to play golf. I haven't played golf in 1,920 days. I shut off all of my hobbies when I started this show. I have a golf simulator. It's actually right behind the green screen. And it's got the projector, and I had a projector with the big screen comes out of the ceiling, and every night I'd come home after selling real estate, and I'd play a round of golf on my simulator. That's what I did. I didn't hit a ball. I just swing over the mat. I loved it. Play 18 holes, maybe 36 holes. Kids are asleep. Go to bed. I haven't played the golf simulator since I started this show. When I started the show, I decided I'm done with everything else. I'm trying to entertain the world away from the negativity. And the fact it's been so hard to get people to see that is crazy. Like, I'm really baffled because I have this philosophy, like, you could either like something or not like something, but when they keep you from finding something so you can't make a decision on your own whether or not you like it is a big problem for me. Like, okay, you don't like what I say? Fine, let people decide that. Well, you know what, that's right, I don't like it either, I'm gonna scroll. But to say, we're not gonna let anybody find this guy. He goes live, put him in the hole. For 5 years is really troubling. If you're talking about the future of our world, it's very troubling that they're doing this to people like me who are just trying to bring a positive message to you. That's very scary because that tells you this is not just me, this is across the board. That's why you see so much dysfunction on the internet. They don't have any coagulation of positivity anywhere. This is all just people running in every direction, smacking their heads against the wall. And that's what they want. They want us distracted from this very moment that I've figured out how to zero in on, essentially. And so what I'm here to say to you is this. welcome. If you found me now, welcome. This is the moment that takes place. Everything else is a lie that you see. It's all been fabricated to create an emotional response from you. And that emotional response is fear and, and basically it's to become more reclusive with your ability to connect to people. They don't want you to be like, I'm open to it. They want you to be closed off to the idea of connecting with anybody else. And they're doing it with like simple and really just archaic ideas of, oh, well, you look different, so that means you're different. We're all the same on the inside, my friends. Don't forget that. The way we look on the outside is just a mask, you guys remember those, to the world. We all have the same emotions running through us. We're all the same on the inside. And there's no way that you could tell me that's different, because it's not. We're all made up of the same things. We're just born on different parts of the planet, and we have different amounts of, what's that, you know what I'm talking about. Can't think of the word. We have more, anyway. When our color is based on a single tone, and then, on a single color, where we're white, or whatever that color is, and then we are shades of that. And there's no such thing as white, really. But we're basically one color and shades of that color. I talk about it all the time, but just much better than this. I'm not saying it well. But I want to get back to the news and get away from this stupid subject anyway. Back to what's important. This guy's walking again, okay? That's pretty cool stuff. Again, if I had an issue like this, I'm calling up the Mayo Clinic, and I'm telling them, I don't give a crap if you guys aren't, you don't have an FDA on this one. You wanted to force everything else on people that didn't have anything from the FDA. It was just like, let's just give it to the kids and the pregnant women. But this one, guys, undergoing the stem cell treatment. Doesn't seem like there's any risk. Nobody had any issues from doing it. So do you think the FDA will actually approve it? That's the question. Or do you think that what they're going to do is just continue to have people suffer? Sounds like, to me, this is going to be like a 10-year process. It'd be like, you know what? We saw that it's not really beneficial to all 10 of them, so we just thought it'd be better to just say no to it. But 7 out of 10, I think that there's got to be a movement here of people saying, let's just get this thing approved. You start seeing it in the news, that's the first step. Then you have to get a group of people that are like, look, I want to say the last president, because I don't want to say names, but I think the last president said you have a right to choose. So if like you're dying, or if there's something going on and there's a treatment that is not approved, but you want to try it, you have the right to choose. And I think that's something that was instituted over the last 4 or 5 years. If that's the case, I would absolutely just say, I'm doing it. I don't give a crap what you guys say. I'll be rolling up. I'm rolling up to the Mayo, right? Knocking on the door. Oh, sorry, that's not approved. Okay, you open it up. Open the door. I'm rolling in. Adam Sandler mourns death of genius Happy Gilmore co-star Joe Flaherty. Joe Flaherty died? Jackass! Oh, man, I love that guy. He was great. From Happy Gilmore. Anyway, sucker punch attack suspect released with no bail. Motherfuckers. Come on. This is the problem. When you show people that you don't get in trouble when you punch someone in the face as a sucker punch. Then they just go out and sucker punch everybody. Just like when you say to them, you know what? Let's give a free house to everybody who came here illegally. And then people are just coming here. Like, dude, they're giving away free houses, man. Let's go. You gotta be kidding. Hey, Manny, did you hear? They give away a free house, man. Okay. Let's see what we get.
On the streets of New York City is growing, and the woman who was hit so hard that she needed her mouth wired shut feels like she's been sucker punched again, this time by the system. As Allison Hall reports, the suspect is back out without bail.
Punching people in the face.
She was sucker punched and had to have her jaw wired shut. Now she's dealing with a shocking development. The suspect who hit her has been released on no bail. Dulce Pichardo spoke to me through wired teeth, the result of the out-of-nowhere sucker punch.
What did you feel knowing that he's back out on the street?
That's terrible. That's terrible. I know that. I say, how come?
You're saying how come?
Yeah, how come that can happen? Because he make a lot of damage to me. And this could be not temporary. This could be
Who's
forever.
the judge?
He damaged you forever.
Yes.
The suspect, who has pled not guilty, has a history of prior arrests.
I'm
Not guilty?
100% sure.
Suspect who has pled not guilty has a history of prior arrests.
I'm 100% sure this will happen again with somebody else. Maybe to me. I don't know.
What's this
You think he
scumbag's
could do
name?
this again to somebody else or
Pichardo.
even to you again?
Exactly.
Dolce
We
Pichardo.
brought together
Dolce?
other
You're not
victims
so
of the
sweet, you
sucker
dick.
punch epidemic afflicting New Yorkers.
We're going
It is
find
very
this
frustrating.
piece of
What-
garbage. Hold on a second. Dolce freaking Cabana. Pichardo. Attorney. No, judgment. Sucker punch. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to figure out more, but I want to find out who the judge is. This guy's freaking corrupt. By a judge. Well, I want to know who the judge is. I want to know who this judge is, because this judge is corrupt. And who put this judge on the bench? Let's see if there's any more. New York Post. This really pisses me off. I want to freaking out this guy, this judge. Judy, a Brooklyn judge, scumbag. Freaking, I bet you it's that guy. I bet you it's the guy from the Letitia James trial, Ergdrin, whatever the frig his name is, Ingerin. Who's the judge? We want to know, Dolce freaking Pichardo. This is the thing. How do people like this, why are they walking around? Put them in fucking jail. Oh, you can get out without bail. Forget about jail. We're just letting you walk out on the street again to do it again. Because clearly, we don't give a crap about your rap sheet. And the fact that this poor woman, you know what it is? They don't know what a woman is anymore in New York, in Brooklyn. They're like, oh, it was a man that got punched. It's fine. It's two men punching each other. Unbelievable. It's sickening. It's sickening. There's nothing here about the actual judge. This is why is there a privacy for these judges that are doing this type of stuff? You should have to answer for your bullshit judgments. It's ridiculous. And it's like, you want to stop this type of action. You don't want to put out in the streets, hey, look, you do it, guys. You're not going to get in trouble. You can get out without bail. Same day. Engerin. Judge Engerin's doing it. Unreal. I can't find anything else on it except, I mean, there's stories everywhere, but I don't know who the hell the judge is. Come on, give us the judge, this scumbag judge. Like, I want to go and show up at his house and just be like, I just got to understand your philosophy on this. Explain to us your thinking. Where do you come from? Are you American, first of all? Do you care about women? Do you care about someone who's an innocent civilian walking the streets safely? Or are you saying, we don't give a friggin' crap about you. We care more about the scumbag piece of crap we have on camera punching you in the face for no reason as you're walking by with a bag of groceries or whatever. No, let's let him out of bail. No problem. That lady shouldn't have been walking near him. She smelled different to him. He was like, there's something wrong with her. He punched her for good reason. She shouldn't have been so close. Why didn't she do 6 feet? She didn't know to do 6 feet. No bail. Piece of crap, judge. Like, where's the video of this judgment? We reviewed the case and all the details from this case, and we're thinking no bail. Like, it's good. You're good. Go back on the street, freaking Pichardo. Unreal. Just with a name like Dolce, we're like, let's give him a second chance, you know? Maybe he's sweeter than, he seemed in that video where he attacked this woman and broke her jaw. It's wired shut. Just give him another shot. No bail in it, Can you guys put that out in the 5 o'clock news that we're not doing bail? No bail. We're just letting him back out. Pichardo, okay? What's that? No, he's Dolce. Well, no, it's not Dulce. It's Dolce. All right, Pichardo. He's back on the streets. We actually given him a few bucks too, so he can go out and he can, get ready for the next punch in the face, sucker punch. That's the way we do it here in Brooklyn. Engerin, Judge Engerin. We're going after people. There is no fraud. There is no harmed parties. No loss of money. But he's bad. He's bad. We're doing it. Pichardo's, though, he's good. We're putting him back on the street. No bail. No bail at all. This lady with the wire, I mean, I would be calling, I'd see if my son knew somebody. I'd be like, Johnny, can you believe they did this to me? Pichardo, he's on the streets. You know? Wait a second, her name's Dolce. Sorry. Oh, her name's Dolce. She's Dolce. Who the hell is this guy then? Who's the freaking scumbag? Franz Judy. Franz Judy. I knew a Judy once. She scammed me twice when I was scammer payback. All right, Franz Judy, you scumbag. Let's see. Franz Judy, rap sheet. Piece of shit. Okay. Because they're leading with the racial epithets. They want to go in there and get you to start right there with the racism stuff, right? Okay, I'm getting hit with a fear of being hacked by an outside source. Haitian suspect punches NYC woman. Franz Judy accused of a sucker punch attack in New York City. Back on the street. No bail. He's good. Because he's from Haiti, guys. They're dealing with a lot in Haiti right now. So we're like, let's just give Franz, you know, like the clear to go back on the streets and beat somebody else in the face again. Judy has a rap sheet of similar assaults, guys, and a history of mental illness. You know what we should do? Let's put him right back on the street. No bail! No bail! I want him back on in the next 15 minutes, okay? There's some lady walking by in the corner of Lex and 5th, all right? And if you guys aren't, you know, ready for the next incident to take place, I got a question, like, what are we doing here then? You know? Franz. What, are we giving me a violation? Oh my goodness, who the hell is doing that? Your live is flagged for harassment and bullying. You gotta be kidding me. Are you guys serious? Am I being... Did one of you guys do that? I'm reading a news story and making some comedy about a guy who's beating somebody up. That's not harassing. What? Am I in the Twilight Zone right now, TikTok? Gosh almighty. Got a violation warning for reading a news story again. Just demonetized by TikTok, by the way, for reading the news and that being not original. So when I'm original and doing what I'm doing now, it's then harmful, huh? I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of all the censorship, man. Like, I'm reading a news story. I'm reading a news story, you scumbags. Unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Not you guys, but like, I feel like it's the AI or something. Like, what is the deal? I'm reading a news story, TikTok. This is the news. This is a journalist reading the news, so stop stepping on my First Amendment right to speak the breaking news of the day. Oh, well, we're a private company. Well, then stop being a jerk then. We're just trying to read the news here. The news has garnered attention on social media platforms about Judy. The haters are watching. You're right, Brian. Oh my goodness. Franz Judy. I guess it's okay to do that. TikTok is also on board with the no bail. You know, just let them back out on the streets. If I'm taking off the air, guys, by the way, by TikTok for nothing at all, just remember, this is my existence for 5 years. Just reading news stories or saying what's actually happening and that being not okay for you to hear. You're not allowed to hear that. It's like, oh my goodness, you can't hear comedy. It's not okay, guys, for someone to make comedy anymore. So this poor lady, wired shut. She's got to deal with it. Oh, I got to deal. I can't talk about it, apparently. Oh my goodness. This is freaking Twilight Zone. Can't talk about Judy. That's off limits, guys. He's allowed to walk the streets again in order to continue to do, guys, rap sheet. He's had similar incidents in the past, and he has mental illness. And we're just putting him right back out there. It's unbelievable. I'm sad for this lady. There's no justice. There's no justice for her. And she's there. Look at that beautiful smile. It used to be a beautiful smile. She's got the yellow face from being hit. I feel so bad for her. Unbelievable. You saw it. I mean, I can't talk about it, apparently. Oh, my goodness. Sean Diddy Combs' ex shares dramatic new footage of raid of his home. Slams overzealous agents using militarized force against he and his children. Or his children, I guess. Against her and her children. We've done the Diddy thing's coming up in 43 minutes if you want to check it out on YouTube. It is about 6 minutes long. and it goes through the video of the Biebs at 14 with the dids, you know, and what he did to the Biebs at 14 to the hiney butt. I mean, just we're assuming, based on his weird video the other day with OBJ. Did you guys see that one? I'm like, oh, there's OBJ getting a BJ, like from Bieber? What's going on over here? Have you seen that video yet? That's going to be part 3 of the Diddy saga. Oh my goodness. What else do we have here? Actor Michael Stuhlbarg hit it in the back of the neck with a rock while in Central Park. What? Someone threw a rock at this dude. Like, this is the issue, guys. People are nuts right now. And do you think that guy was like somebody who lived in an apartment nearby that threw the rock at him? You think it's somebody who lived like in a nice swag, you know, Upper East Side apartment right near Grand Central Park? You know? It's like no one seems to care on the at the highest level about the safety of our country right now. Sean Diddy Combs hires a mob lawyer as mother blasts feds, releasing video of mansion raid. We just went through that. Oh my goodness, man pleads guilty to theft of solid gold toilet worth $6 billion for Bloodhead Palace of winning big league Melania. I got another gold toilet, right? And he's there getting it and setting it up in Mar-a-Lago, you know. No, you can't use it, Baron. Can't even get to the bathroom. You're 12 feet 2. He's like massive. That kid's got to be dunking with his mouth at this point. You know, he's just putting them in. Oh, goodness. It was stolen from the stately home where wartime leader Winston Churchill was born. Churchill had a freaking gold toilet? Dropping a douche in the gold, right? He's there. They're like, who's going to wash the gold toilet? You do it, Winston. That's on you this month, you know? But I'm going to be the prime minister one day. We don't give a... You get over there and clean that gold toilet. All right? Gonna polish it too afterwards, Winston. James Sheen, Charlie's cousin, pleaded guilty, he's 39, to burglary, converting or transferring criminal property and conspiracy to do so at Oxford Crown Court on Tuesday, the UK's PA Media News Agency reported, citing the Crown Prosecution Service. The fully functioning toilet was installed at Blenheim Palace in 2019 as part of an exhibition by Italian artist Maurizio Catalan. You guys know his work, called The Victory is Not an Option toilet, you know? Wash it out. The unusual artwork titled America was stolen in September 2019 of that year, just days after the exhibition opened. It had been plumbed into the building, so the theft also caused significant damage and flooding, you know, crap everywhere in the building, right there, exhibition hall. People are like, this is the most interesting exhibition ever. Like, no, that's not part of it. That wasn't part of it. You weren't supposed to walk in and get showered with crap. You know, that's not, you know, some people have like, this is like a real time exhibition, like you're in there and there's artwork going on. Oh, look, they're painting right now. Everything's turning brown. It looks like a really cool canvas. That's your face, it's crap, and you shouldn't have come, you know. They pulled the gold toilet out, you know, right now during the opening night. Sheen appeared at court via link from Five Wells Prison, where he is serving a 17-year sentence for various thefts. This guy's already in jail. Who did it? Oh, we already got him in jail. We're just going to tag on more time. Okay. He is serving time for stealing tractors and high-value trophies from the National Horse Racing Museum in Newmarket, worth a total of 400,000 pounds, roughly $503,000, American dollars, you know, if that's still worth anything. It's probably worth the same as doll hair now. America First went on display at the Guggenheim in New York City in 2016. It made headlines again in 2017 after U.S. President Donald J. Trump emailed the Guggenheim asking to borrow Vincent van Gogh's 1888 painting, Landscape with Snow. Instead, the institution's curator offered the gold toilet. Wait a second. I was joking and they really offered the gold toilet to Donald Trump?
Are you kidding me? Yeah, I didn't want Van Gogh's stupid freaking painting. I was looking for a gold toilet. I can't believe you got a gold toilet. Melania, don't go near it. You're Slovenian. You don't want Slovenians near the gold toilet. There could be some extra oil, like the Eastern European oil in the gold toilet. Something could happen, So Donald's very, very particular about that. It's just Donald's tiny butt. That's it. Guys, Guggenheim asking to borrow. Hey, look, Guggen. I shortened everything. Are you kidding me? You want me to say Guggenheim? No, I'm sorry. This is Donald J. Trump and I'm winning big league. No, I'm doing a Guggen. Guggen, look, I was looking for a little Vincent van Gogh. What do you got? You got the 1888? I'm looking for the 1888 landscape with snow, What? No, gold toilet? Yeah, no, I'll take it. You'll have a gold toilet. Hold on a minute. Betsy, they don't got the Van Gogh. They got a gold toilet. That sounds good, Mr. President.
Worst vice president ever. Right. Landscape with snow. The Blenheim Palace, the toilet was installed in a room next to the one in which Churchill was born. A statement announcing the exhibition said the work could be perceived as a comment on the social, political, and economic disparities in the United States. Commenting on the work, Trump worth 11B on stocks market because of Truth Social. Wow, that's crazy. So you went from being worth, I'm worth $7 billion, now worth 11, 7-Eleven, I'm gonna go buy it, I'm winning big league, I went and bought it from somebody. Who owns 7-Eleven? Now we gotta find out, because Trump's buying it. He went from 7 to 11, so his mind, his thinking. Look, I'm now the proud owner of 7-Eleven across the planet. We've got him in Russia, we've got him in Chatham there with President G-Hole. Wait, when President G-Hole shows up at the first 7-Eleven, in China, right? And Trump's cutting the ribbon, Oh, hey, G-Hole. If you guys haven't seen episode 11 of the Donald Trump show yet, it's on my YouTube channel. It's Trump talking to President G-Hole. Hey, President G-Hole, what are you doing? And he's literally speaking Chinese. And then Trump goes, you couldn't get me the teleprompted version? You couldn't get me the, he said, you couldn't get me the translated version? Something, it's so stupid. Oh, I'm an idiot. It was a lot of fun filming that. I did a full movie, 4 hours worth of just completely demolishing the sleep sofa. That's what I call him, Joe Biden. Sleep sofa Joe, he's taking a poop in his triple diaper, right? In the Oval. There's got to be piles of triple diapers in there by now, just this week. And he's napping. 10:25 in the morning. Every 15 minutes on the hour, there's a Guinness going on. Guinness Book of World Records, most naps in a single day, 3 other men have been charged in connection with the toilet's theft back in November, but have pleaded not guilty. No crap, from them. Michael Jones, 38, from Oxford, is accused of burglary. Frederick Sins, a.k.a. Frederick Doe, from Ascot, Berkshire, Bora Kuchnuk, 40. Oh, this is Bora Gukuk. He's from West London. They're both accused of conspiracy to transfer criminal property. The men are due to stand trial in February. Guys, I don't know. What do you think about it? I'd probably say no to the gold toilet if I was the Trumper, but actually, no. If I was the Trumper, I'd absolutely say yes. Look at that thing. It's 18-karat gold. Are you kidding me? I'm taking it. I'm putting it in my bathroom. I'm getting rid of the stupid porcelain one. Who wants a porcelain toilet? Right? When you can have a gold toilet. Right up there, winning big league. Election, he's there, he's reading the polls, they're all coming in, he's just looking through it because he reads the newspaper still. On his gold toilet, Anyway, Alex Murdaugh blames addiction. He's sentenced to 40 years in federal prison for stealing from clients. Yeah, that guy's I did a comedy bit on him recently. That was pretty funny. What else do we got? Anything? Ed Lover says 50 Cent is stepping over the line with endless Diddy jokes. I don't think so at all. I think 50 Cent's hilarious. But I would say he's putting himself at risk because Diddy's a murderer. He killed Biggie, he killed Tupac, and then he killed Kim. Cover it all in the comedy news story of Diddy diddling Usher. It's live on YouTube. You can watch it. Diddy's recent legal woes have gotten to the point where social media users have coined the phrase "no Diddy," being used in this, instead of a pause or fantasy booked documentary titled "Did he do it?" And I've used that. It's actually mine says "Did he do it?" and "Did he do it?" you know? Ed Lover recently stood up for the mogul and specifically cited 50 Cent's endless jokes as being excessive. As much as I love 50, I think 50's stepping over the line now. And I think that's pretty much how Ed Lover sounds, if I remember. I used to watch him on MTV, you know, like Request or whatever the hell it was. Is this Ed Lover? The radio personality said on Friday, March 29th episode of the podcast, "Come on, son." It's worth noting that he titled the episode, "Did He Do It?" And owned up to the fact that he made a joke about Farnsworth Bentley's silence throughout these last few months of allegations. Still, he believed that while funny is funny, again it is, you should just learn that, Ed Lover, and shut your freaking mouth. The G-Unit leader has taken it too far. He's kicking the out right now while he's down, Lover said. Listen to the full episode below on Spotify, or you can actually listen to the MarkinsPires Spotify, you know, because it's much better. I mean, we just do this show every day and we roast all these fools. I mean, at the end of it, right? I believe what I saw was Uncle Luke earlier today. There's a machine coming after this dude, he said. I think it's Diageo. Diageo is effing powerful. They're the second or third largest alcohol distributor. What am I talking about over here? Who cares? Diddy warns us that he's into weird stuff, right? But I'll tell you, I kind of like the 50 Cent stuff. I'll pop up and I'll see like this video where he's like, "Man, this money, are you kidding me? He wants to take me shopping? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I got my own money." He's like, "Oh, I'll buy you clothes." It's like, "What, are you buying me clothes? You're out of your mind." You gotta watch 50 Cent. He's got no freaking fear. I love him. He's been shot like 9 times. You know, everybody's like, "Oh yeah, I'm hard. I'll fight you." Like, dude's been shot 9 times. I don't know if you want to fight 50 Cent. All right, that dude's like, punch me in the face. I've been shot 9 times. Come on, hit me over here. Hit me here. You want to hit me over here and keep punching me? Shot here, 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 here. Come on, motherfucker, let's go. Be like, yeah, I'm not fighting that dude. I'm not fighting a dude been shot 9 times and still coming back for more. You couldn't shoot me 12 times? You only shot me 9 times? I want 3 more. Put one here, put one here, put one here. Come on, I dare you, you know? He's crazy. Bit craziness, you know what I mean? Like, if you're still coming at after 9 shots, you're going back and wanting to fight Diddy, you know, murderer, and Tupac, Biggie, Kim, and then you're like, "Come on, Diddy, you know you're banging it out with Usher at 14. Oh, goodness. Investors paid $65,000 for a deserted Florida island. Now it's a paradise worth $14 million. What in the freaking hell? Why couldn't I be an investor in that? What in the freaking hell? Look at this. A vacant Florida island just off the coast of Tampa Bay, known to generations as Beer Can Island, because they just had nothing but beer cans. Literally, it's just flooded. Little crabs coming out of the beer cans. You had crabs walking around with beer cans as backs. You know, when they have the hermit crabs in there, under the ground. What is that? You pull it up, it's a beer can, but there's a freaking hermit crab attached to that beer can. You know, they don't use shells on Beer Can Island. They use beer cans. So it's recently been listed for $14 million by a group of savvy investors who bought it for $65,000 in 2017. Beer Can Island's legal name is Pine Key. It is composed of 9 acres in Hillsborough Bay, about halfway between MacDill Air Force Base and Apollo Beach. Pine Key earned the moniker Beer Can Island because for most of its existence, the only claim for fame was an informal party spot where boaters could gather and cut loose, while largely out of sight of local authorities, dropping a crap load of cans in the process. After the party, the only evidence left behind were these empty cans of beer they consumed during festivities. Freaking Mark Stradamus again. Then 4 friends from the area had the idea to buy the Beer Can Island afterwards. Like, "Look, guys, I think there's enough cans here now. If we go and we just bring it back to 5 cents per can, we're looking at a profit here, right? I mean, look, you start digging, all you got is cans. Let's go back, 5 cents per can in it. We're rich, we're millionaires. You know, what's it gonna cost? 65,000? Yeah, we've got way more than that just in the deposits. You know? So guys, bottom line, they bought it, $65K, proceeded to upgrade its infrastructure by adding bathrooms, tropical style thatched roofs for cabanas, a members only water slide, and a full bar. Well, that's pretty freaking cool. The new improved Beer Can Island was a near instant hit with local party-going population. It was decidedly less popular with the Hillsborough County officials, though. You know, Big Brother. The early days of the redevelopment, county authorities forced the new owners to close the bar and raised repeated issues about the ability to county emergency services to respond to emergencies on Beer Can Pine Island. However, Beer Can Island had never been officially zoned by the county before its purchase, and Florida state laws grant property owners a relatively high degree of autonomy, especially when they're operating a private club. This left the owners of Beer Can Island enough flexibility to realize their vision of a private club, albeit not without a significant cash investment on their part. The four partners spent an estimated $5 million on renovations. Okay, so we get back to it. They spent $67,000 on the $65,000 on it, $5 million in renovations. They're in it for $5 million and change, $5,065,000, and they're on it for 14. That's a $9 million profit. You know what I mean? Like this $8 million, $943,000 profit. That's pretty solid. You know what I mean? 35,000, 9 million. You know what I'm saying? Any other islands that we can buy? We can do it together. We should do that. I'm a realtor. I'll go and find an island that no one wants, right? We all together buy it. We're all owners, right? We go get other people to put $5 million, turn it into a private club, sell said private club, to some stupid other investors. Those people are like, yay, we got this cool thing. We use the worst materials ever. We get the worst contractors. People, they don't have any accreditation. They have no license. They're just there. The one room is like this, but we take good pictures and we just kind of with Photoshop, afterwards, we sell it online. Everything's being sold, no one's even doing it's sight unseen now, You shoot it. We got a video going. It's a fake video. Hollywooded, we get, Cameron Crowe comes out, he shoots it, and it's looking good. We pay Cameron Crowe the money we were going to actually put into real good materials for the island, and we get the good video. Sell the video to an unsuspecting, investor that doesn't want to do due diligence. It's just a stupid billionaire. Buys it, we're out of there, cash in the pocket. He's got to fix that stupid floor that we put in like this. Right? Win, 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 win. Except for the idiot billionaire who bought it sight unseen, without doing due diligence. It's just about the perfect plan, isn't it? So guys, let's just raise the funds. We're buying an island together. Remember, we have to find the hackiest builder out there. We're looking for someone who's got 2 left feet. When they go to try to get back to the project, they do a circle. They're doing circles all the way back to the house so they can just put the post in the ground. Creating a freaking tornado, that guy, the double left foot thing, But that's the guy we want for this one. What the hell's wrong with me? I couldn't keep that one serious. Gosh almighty, Mark. Tate McRae continues her pop princess era. Who the hell's Tate McRae? I have no idea and I don't even care. Okay, guys, we're here for 52 minutes. We can't go over an hour, okay? But it's 10:35 right now. In 25 minutes, the P. Diddy Part 2 is premiering. It's called What the F? Because he's hanging out with 14-year-old Bieber and he's telling him that they're going to get raw together. That ain't right, Good morning. Hold on a second. I'm trying to find it for us. Where are we? Oh, goodness. I have a lot of fun doing this, guys. I hope you do too. Especially when I get into those weird things where I just... And I try to explain this if anybody's finding me and they're like, what the hell are you saying? I'm a visual comedian where I'm visualizing all the stuff I just said to you. I'm walking on a freaking beach and just finding can after can, just throwing them into a bag. And I'm like, guys, we're going to get deposits. This is ridiculous. There's a gold mine here of cans, It's just the stupidest stuff. But I don't know why my mind just thinks that's funny and I'll just keep going with it. And I'm like, but no, we're going to buy an island. Let's go buy an island, But then we'll just we'll do that. We'll put the infrastructure, but horribly. Why did I go that direction? I just didn't be yeah, let's follow their concept of putting a really cool island over there with a shower and bathrooms, and then we sell it to investors. I'm like, no, we dupe the investors. I just love being a goofball. I don't know. Anyway, so here's the link for this piece of comedy. The other one, like I said, I think is at 3 o'clock. I actually have to put tags in. I didn't put any tags for this. I'll just put the ones from the last Diddy video on there. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. So let me go over here to this Diddy video. Diddy had custody of Usher at 14 is what this one was titled. And it's pretty funny. I think it's a very funny episode. Especially there's a Christopher Walken and we have a bunch of celebrity impressions in that one. It's really cool. Wow. You come down, Diddy. Be Diddy. Hanging out. Diddy do it. I think Diddy did it. What do you guys think? I'm just popping this in real quick. Did we get the notification? We did. This is the other thing I've been doing, so you guys know. I'm clicking off this and going to creative so anybody can use this content to reshare it. I'm saving it and not going, you see it says publish to subscriptions feed and notify subscribers. I'm not clicking that anymore because I heard from some streamer on YouTube, he said, click that off if you're a smaller channel, if you want to get new people to see your content. And if you have people who don't, if you put out a lot of content, you want to unclick that. And I put out so much content. He was like, unless people who are getting notified go and check that out, then YouTube sees that as a negative. So I'm like, you know what? No one sees my shit anyway, so I'm just going to take that off all the time. I get that first little thing where the people who are getting some sort of notification will say, like, oh, there's something in a half hour. Then I unclick that thing, and we're done. And hopefully people see this content. Actually, it's interesting, but I'm getting more random views now by doing this instead of always publishing to my subscribers, which never seems to do anything for us. So I'm following these different things. I'm just seeing what the hell happens. I'm going to change a couple of these out because this is a comedy bit, so we're going with all comedy. This is showing up later. Again, Trial Separation, guys. That's the one with Justin Bieber. It's only 3 minutes and 50 seconds long. That's at 3 o'clock today. Home Improvement reboot. That was pretty funny. Jack Nicholson did his impression last night with Christian Slater and Jonathan Taylor Thomas, right? Like, I think Jonathan Taylor Thomas is hilarious to me. He just wants to be Christian Slater. Who wants to be Jack Nicholson, you know? Let's change this. We'll put the comedy news there. And there's 271 comedies. Comedy news stories and all kinds of crazy stuff. Anyway, so that's basically what we have over here today, fam. Let me see if I can just tie this up here at the end. That lady, I feel so bad for her. You know, she got punched in the mail. Al Roker calls out Today co-host for yapping. Stop yapping about the friggin' meteorology. You're terrible at it. I don't know any good meteorologists. Nobody's good at that job. Like 50%, 40%, you know? Anyway, I think that's basically it for the comedy news today, guys. Oh, Sean Diddy Combs' ex says feds terrorized her sons. Post-traumatic video of LA raid. Yeah, we already read that 3 times now. Thanks. Oh, Billy Joel cut $15 million off Florida oceanfront home as hurricane season approaches. So what's he selling it for? He took 15 mil off? Now listed at 49.9 mil? You try to sell $50 million property? It's like you don't even have an acre there, dude. That's a quarter acre property for $50 million? This is crazy. I don't know why anybody would spend $50 million. Oh, because Billy Joel lived there. I don't give a crap. I'm not 50 million. That's why he took 15 million off, because he was asking 65 and people were like, are you nuts? You're good, but you're not that good, Billy. You know? Oh, give me an extra 50 million bucks than it's worth. Actually, I think it's probably worth 12 to 15. It's 13,000 square feet, 9 bedrooms. Let's say 15 to 18 million dollars, okay? And I'm not a Florida real estate agent. I'm a Connecticut real estate agent, but just based on, and I'm not sure where exactly it is, Manalapan. It's in Manalapan. They have one in New Jersey as well. That's probably why he bought it. He's Jersey. He's Jersey based. Going down and buying a Manalapan in Florida as well. So basically, guys, Jay Leno takes heartbreaking action for his wife of 44 years. This is sad. She's going through mental decline, I believe, and he's doing his best. 2 months after filing for conservatorship over Mavis's estate, she was just diagnosed with Alzheimer's. Oh, so sad to hear this. He's actually, you know, in a business that's filled with total scumbags. He has been a very honorable man his entire career. He loved his wife more than anything, and he's taken care of her, especially like what she's going through now. He's by her side, and I really think he's a pretty special guy to do that. That's very hard. I've seen people that have suffered with Alzheimer's. It's a nightmare, and my heart goes out to them. That's the thing that they should be spending the most money on, is how to keep the brain healthy. So I do appreciate you guys. Remember, in 1 hour, we have a comedy story. It's not even 1 hour, I'm sorry. It's in 18 minutes. It is in 18 minutes, my friends. So, let me see if I can click this over here for you. And you guys can watch it with us. If you can, say goodbye now or forever hold your peace. Well, at least until I see you guys later. In 18 minutes. There's the link again. Giving it to you. So, until just a little while from now, who's here? That's not what I wanted to do. Oh, I'm in the wrong channel. All right, guys, I love you. I gotta go. Unfortunately, I can't find the right channel. I was trying to do it. We got 12 minutes. So let me say bye to Chris, Will, Hilly Billy, Main Girl, Bobby. You rock. You guys are awesome. I love you. I will see you a little later.